Welcome back, Internet, to another Reddit story. We're back to VaxxHappened, your place for where people just talk a lot of stuff that they don't understand. Kind of like me, I guess. No. Simply no. You do not compare your perceived persecution to the suffering and death of a little girl under a brutal regime. Where's your human decency, Larry? Here we have a classic from the Stop Mandatory Vaccination Facebook page. The people who hit Anne Frank were breaking the law. The people who killed her were following it. I read a study a few years ago about how often the word Hitler and Nazis were used in making of U.S. laws. Like, people like pitching their ideas on the Senate or the House, just basically saying like either Hitler or Nazis. And it was a ton. So a lot of people, when they use Hitler or Nazis, they don't really have a strong argument where they have to immediately go to like, here's the reason why I believe in this thing, and list their points. They immediately have to compare something, apples and oranges, like this, you know, like Anne Frank dying to the hands of Nazis, to you not vaccinating your kids. Like, two different things, and you have to try to fit those pieces together to try to prove your point. All it does is just show people how uneducated you are about what you're talking about. I don't know how to describe this. Here we have another winner from the Stop Mandatory Vaccination Facebook group. Lead, fluoride, antibiotics, vaccines, pesticides, GMO. Still think it's just genetics? Yeah, I do think it's just genetics. Well, at least I'm sure that there are other things that may lead to autism or something like that that we just don't know about yet. I mean, we are just discovering new things about all sorts of diseases every day, so I think this is the first time I've seen anyone use pesticides in any of my anti-vax videos. Do you know how many lives that pesticides have saved? Like, just around the world? I mean, even if it does cause autism or does cause cancer, like, you know, it's one of those, like, risks rewards things. Do you want to, like, save millions of people from starving? Or do you want to have 1,000 kids develop autism? You know, it's like risk reward stuff, you know? I think that there are some benefits of, even if that was a cause of autism, I still think that's a benefit. You're getting, like, you're getting people fed. Just saw this on TV, and it made me really happy. DC mayor announces 42 sites for free vaccinations. Following a resurgence of measles, DC Mayor Muriel Bowser and the city are launching a Don't Wait, Vaccinate campaign.
And another back-to-school issue is making sure the kids have all of their shots. That's what the mayor of DC was talking about today.
Vaccines are safe and effective. Immunizations don't just protect you, but the decisions that you make protect the entire community.
Mayor Muriel Bowser urged parents to get their children vaccinated now and not wait until the last minute as the new school year starts, and families who need help can find it. Mayor Bowser says there are 8 centers in all 8 wards of the district that are offering free vaccinations. You'll find the full list on our mobile app and our website, WUSA9.com.
Man, I don't care what side of the aisle this mayor's from. Like, that's just a smart move, right? She just comes out and says it. Vaccines are safe. Dumbasses, get your kids vaccinated. Ooh, ouch. Men of Reddit, how old were you when your midlife crisis hit? And what did you do? I'm not vaccinated, so it hit me in first grade. I don't know about you, but I love posts like this because, I mean, it's poking fun at, like, the life expectancy of children, you know, that aren't vaccinated. Am I laughing at kids dying? I guess I am. Apparently, vaccines are worse than rabies? Education Network, Natural Health Anti-Vaxx Community. Wait, did I read that right? Education Network, Natural Health Anti-Vaxx Community. Education Network, Anti-Vaxx Community. I see your trickery. If you were bitten by a wild animal, would you get the rabies vaccine? My wife says I'm already rabid, so why? Hell no! If you know the ingredients in most vaccines like I do, then you know that modern vaccines have a better chance of screwing you over. If not now, then in the future. Too many carcinogens and neurotoxins. But I'm not about to let my little children go without their chicken nuggets. No, you ain't let me feed them little chicken nuggets. Yeah, it was probably too blurry, but in her photo, she was blurred out, but she had 2 kids. So, yeah. As far as rabies, like rabies is like high 90% like mortality rate. Like it's super, super deadly. So her rationality is like she would rather have a roll the dice at death than be at risk to potentially get a disease. What a moron. These recommendations were meant for one vaccine, the smallpox vaccine. 1940s and 1950s doctors knew that #eczema was a symptom of internal poisoning and that #vaccines are poison. But present day doctors couldn't tell you a single #vaccine ingredient and claim that they don't know what causes #eczema, #vaccine injury, #rise up, #learn the risk, #read the insert, #I'm a dumbass. What? Whoa, let me delete that one. In 1958, the American Academy of Pediatrics made the following statement. No child with atopic eczema or other skin disorder should be vaccinated. No child should be vaccinated if any member of their family has eczema or other skin disorder. Parents of children with eczema... Wait a minute. Eczema. Eczema? Eczema. This is all about eczema. It keeps on going on about talking about eczema and vaccines. And this is an actual study. This actually happened. This actually came out by medical doctors. But this is about smallpox? And smallpox has been eliminated. So people don't get vaccinated for it anymore. I did a little bit of research to just see if there's any correlation with eczema nowadays and vaccines. And I came across this video on the American Academy of Dermatology Association.
Vaccinations don't cause eczema, and we very much encourage and insist that individuals who have eczema get vaccinated. This is not an immunodeficiency in the sense that we're worried that a vaccination is going to cause problems. However, there has been some attention paid to certain types of vaccination in individuals with eczema who happen to have allergies to eggs, and particularly severe allergy to eggs. One of these that has received attention is the MMR vaccine that is given in young children, and then again about the 5th grade for children.
Well, there you have it. You're going to have some Karens look at that tweet and just say, oh, vaccines cause eczema because I saw it in a tweet. But it's because of the eggs with people that already have eczema that get the MMR vaccine that may cause additional issues. But they're not going to read into any of that. They're not going to study any of this. All they're going to see is this tweet. They're going to read a little bit about it and immediately think, oh, well, there you have it. The government said at one time a vaccine, smallpox, but they're not going to read that. They're just going to see a vaccine caused eczema. When in all reality, the doctor just said it right here. It's just a small amount of people that have a certain condition that may have a reaction to the eggs. Well, anyway, there's some fuel for that fire in case you come across a Karen saying, hey, well, it causes eczema. Well, you can be like, hey, dumbass. No, it doesn't. Because my pal Kyoto Combat showed me a video. Because it was on the internet. And everything on the internet's true. And as far as that point about doctors don't know what's in the vaccines, you would be surprised about how little doctors know about medication. Me working in a pharmacy for as long as I do, there'd be a number of times when I would have to read off medications to a doctor because it's like, well, what do you have for blood pressure? And I'm like, I have lisinopril, and I would list off all these medications and be like, oh, okay, well, what do you think about this? And I'm like, I'm not a doctor. Like, it would happen on occasion where a doctor would talk to me about, well, what would you think? And I'm like, hey, buddy, I'm a technician. I could have you consult with a pharmacist if you want a recommendation. So, yeah, that argument about doctors not knowing what's in vaccines, I can totally see that. Yeah, doctors don't know what's in vaccines because they're not a pharmacist. They don't know medications. They know ailments and they know how to treat the ailments, but they don't know what's in that treatment. Thank you everyone for joining me on another anti-vax Reddit story thingy. Well, we're about 40 subscribers away from 1,000. So that's kind of exciting. I had some people ask me, hey, what are you going to do at 1,000? I had some ideas, but now when we're getting closer to 1,000, I'm like, I don't think that that's feasible. My first idea was I was going to go ahead and just read comments, what people posted, and just be like, hey guys, thanks for watching my videos. I do read the comments, and here's what I've read. And I would just read stories that people would post. But the closer I got to 1,000, I'm like, oh my goodness, there are a lot of posts. I'm not going to make like a 50-minute video just reading posts, because no one would watch that. And it'd be like way long and drawn out. But I'm going to do something at 1,000 subscribers. But anyway, now I'm just rambling and drawing out the length of the video. It's already past 10 minutes, Kyoto. You don't need to talk anymore. I know. Okay. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and share it with a friend. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, later, kids.